everyone is ready and ready.
I'm close enough.
Okay. Larry, do you wish to give us the countdown?
I mean, it's recording now, so.
Well, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 then. Jeez. Well, hello and welcome again. It has been a wonderful 2 weeks since we have last journeyed together in the lands of Dungeons and Dragons. And finally, the group has fully reunited. We did a little short recap last week and some fun roleplay. Everything was really nice. And we'll kind of, very quickly do a catch-up for those who were not there. Revion, would you like to inform the people of what happened last time?
No, sorry.
Oh. Cyrus.
You expect me to remember?
Damn it, kids.
DJ, you're the DM, just do it.
Yeah, you're right. So, we had kind of had to backtrack because we lost some episodes, and we did a big, long hour and a half long recap. After which, we did some small roleplay in the city where you guys kind of figured out what you needed to do. So, Ilia was able to discover that she needed a lot of information from the library, and so the great majority of the party will be heading that way. And from there, Revion said he wished to get in contact with some of his underworld contacts. And so the party has been split with a invisible Revion that has been made invisible by Ilia's spell. So I have to make sure that that is marked off a level 2 invisibility spell. There we go. And yes, so the party's been split. We have the nerd group going to the library consisting of everyone but Revion. And then we have I'm a criminal scumbag group, which just includes Revion.
Good for you, bro.
I'm gonna be your own man.
Would you like to unmute and say that to the chat?
Say what? I wasn't saying anything.
You're Han Solo, that's why, because you're a solo in a solo group.
Oh. Yep. That drug was so bad it gave Sam tuberculosis.
Aw, poor Sam.
Rip.
Worth
Quick
it.
question, because I didn't get to hear the specifics last week. Because, 2 weeks ago. Is my Trade Empire intact or no?
That was unfortunately one of the lost episodes, but I had mentioned to you in private chat that if you can recover some of the paperwork, because I know you wrote a lot of stuff down, we can basically just assume that it happened, and then we can kind of go from there.
Okay, sweet, thank you. Let me see where I had it all.
Yeah, no worries. You've been very busy this week. So we will go around the table very quickly and introduce everyone. I'm going to start on my left, and we'll go around the table. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
So directly to my left is a beautiful young woman who is also my wife. Please introduce yourself, wife.
Hello everyone, I play the character Ilia, the wizard.
We miss you.
Uh-huh. I missed you guys too. And I have my sidekick today, the loud and proud Cookie Sour Meow Dyer.
I love them already.
I could. So next is a wonderful person who beats death straight down in the face. It's not even a contest. It's like, please God, make it stop. He's already dead. Rhiannon.
That's real life canonical now, too. I'm Rhiannon. I play the Dwarven cleric, Zartha. It's a pleasure to be back.
Wonderful. Then we have the sad boy, weepy tears himself, Samwise.
Hey, nobody needed to know that, you butt.
In the chat, everyone who's here read it.
Everyone who has watched Hamilton is a sad boy, to be honest.
Yeah, for context, we saw Hamilton over the weekend.
And remember, sad BOI, because
Yeah.
boy. I've never seen Hamilton either.
As you can all hear, he's still reeling.
Oh, it's so cute. I'm sorry that your illness has given this context, but
Next is our handsome fox boy, who is also what I discovered a prolific writer on the internet. You love him. You know him. Revs.
We wouldn't be
I
live
am
with him.
Revian. I am the Volpine rogue that is also a swift striding shifter.
Yeah. Also, we have the truest, the crewest, something that also rhymes with crewest, Squeezes.
Yeah, what's up? I am Squeezus, and I play Selene, the High Elf Fighter.
Wonderful, wonderful. We also have a couple NPCs that have been with the party for some time. First and foremost, we have Revion's wife, third child. She is a variant human ranger. She has the Fey Wanderer subclass, wielding primarily a bow nowadays, but she also is proficient in rapiers and spears. And then we have Mogar. Howdy. Big orc man. He is a cleric, wizard, fighter. Am I missing anything? Cleric, wizard, fighter. I think I might be missing one. Anyhow, he's a bunch of classes. And he is the first mate of the airship, which I believe was called... Do you guys remember the name of the ship? Hold on, I think I have it in my notes.
Calling it pretty.
It will always be expensive.
Right.
Nope, I do not have the name of the ship. I'll have to try to see if I can find it in one of the previous episodes, and if I can't, we'll just make it up again.
Yeah.
Well, so we will start the right where we left off. Ilia will put her hand on Revion, snap her fingers. Everyone will see Revion disappear, and then Revion and Cyrus will proceed to goof off with each other for a little while, where they're kind of like messing around. You'll see them like, well, you guys won't see Revion, but you'll see like Cyrus kind of like getting in the way of something, and then you'll see something kind of like move. They're playing invisible games, and then eventually you guys all hear Revion say "see ya" or something to that nature, and he leaves. Now, where'd that little Foxy kid go?
I don't know.
nowhere we know about, and nowhere we will tell anyone if they come asking.
Ah, got it. He's doing one of them wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, you know what I mean.
Exactly.
I will neither confirm or deny.
He's definitely doing a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink. You know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Yep. So, you guys have the morning to yourselves. The library opens in about 2 hours, and it is a 30-minute walk from where you guys are currently. And if you recall, Ilia has a season's pass, so you do not have to worry about it.
Free library, huh?
What a notion.
I'm gonna warn you guys. I am horrible at. Okay, well, I'm not horrible at reading, but I'm horrible at retaining what I read.
Well.
Don't worry, you
Understood.
have me. And
It's okay. I'm just going to be in the corner here doing math while you guys use your fancy young people eyes to do research.
Once again, Ilia will show a very cool-looking platinum like debit card-looking thing, and it will say season pass, and it will have the current year marked on it.
Does the season pass have a annual fee?
We'll say that due to your services to the community, you get these for free.
That is very lovely. I will show it off to the librarian as we pass into the more restricted section of the library.
All right. Well, we haven't gotten there quite yet. I was giving you guys an opportunity. The library opens in 2 hours. It's a 30-minute walk. Does anyone want to do anything until then?
We don't have any money. Not really.
Oh no, we have tons of money.
I thought we spent it.
You want me to run to the bank real quick and pull out of our business account?
Yeah. So,
Oh,
in one of the lost episodes, Rhiannon ran a bunch of stuff past a broker and made a business basically.
I did what the East India Trading Company did for many, many years, and bought and cut minerals for cheap in India and resold it in England at a premium. Except I did the fantasy equivalent of that because we had an airship and travel was easy.
So, just because that was like a week in the future, we'll say that the money is not available until next week. Does that make sense? Because we had to backtrack in time as well.
I absolutely understand. Currently, all of our funds are caught up in investments. However, give me a week.
Yeah, I think it comes out to something like almost 10k gold.
No.
You should have had me involved in these business things, if one of us is going to take over this company.
Well, anyhow, but yes. So, you guys have time. What does the party do?
Hmm.
If you recall, you all had a nice meal of fish stew made by both Third Child and Cricket. It was actually pretty good.
Pretty good. Sorry.
Oh. Also, another thing, Zartha, you'll notice that Third Child has wolf ears on top of her head and a tail poking out. And they are very clearly real and not artificial.
Is that a choice you made?
They'll look at you and shrug.
So you just had new appendages randomly?
Like a couple days ago, I woke up and I had them, and I was like, oh, well, I've heard weird things happen when you make deals with the Fae, but I kind of like it. And, tail wag. Wag, 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 wag.
I would, if you have the chance to talk to your patron, I would speak to them about the right to bodily autonomy, but as long as you're happy with it.
Yeah. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I look a little bit more how I feel.
I mean, good for you, dearie. I'm happy for you.
Although, I gotta admit, it's weird not having ears on the side of my head and having them kind of over here. And she'll, lift up her hair, and she has, no humanoid ears anymore.
It is weird to have body parts no longer where they used to be. I relate to that.
If at any point she happens to be thinking that, Revian will just say, I honestly cannot relate in any sort of way, but I'm sure you will that you will get used to it without any trouble.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys are just kind of chill for the first little bit of time before the library opens?
Yeah, I think so.
One second, I need some water real quick. Oh my goodness.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, if nothing else, I'll do what I normally do in the morning and make sure everybody's clothes are mended and the like.
Everybody has some better weapons at this point, right?
I think so.
Yes. I believe everyone has magical weapons with the exception of, let's see. Cricket doesn't have a physical magic weapon, but she has her lyre. And then Cyrus doesn't have any physical magical weapons, but he has his belt, his Eldritch Claw tattoo, and his magical fist as per his class. Everyone else is pretty good. Third child doesn't have any magical equipment, but she has a bunch of other stuff that makes her DPS much better.
I was gonna say, like third child or Zartha, if they're like they don't have any higher grade gear, maybe we could even them out with the party.
I have a very nice hammer. Thank you
Yep.
for taking care of me.
Yeah, she has like a +1 hammer that can cast heat metal once a day.
And firebolt at will.
That's
Well,
true.
then could we find like a magic amulet or some crap?
Want to go shopping? Well, we don't have money to go shopping. We'll want to do that in a week.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, if Cyrus is offering to sell his body on the street for cash, I imagine many people would not say no.
Oh dear, where would he have gotten that idea?
Well, he has an intelligence of 8 now. He might actually find that to be a good
Six.
idea.
6.
6? Oh, so it's even worse.
Yeah.
We'll smack him and then probably smack whoever she found with him. But him first.
Twice and first.
It's
Anyhow.
basic. I may have padded it a little. I don't want to get obliterated by the first intelligence save.
So, we'll kind of quickly go over to Revion real quick. So it's been about 45 minutes-ish, so you got a little bit of time of invisibility left as you arrive in this really seedy section of Luzulia. So the way that Luzulia works, think of it very, very Minas Tirith-like, and it's like a tiered city. And the way that it works is that the lower the tiers are, the more corrupt, the more nasty, the more poor, more horrible undead vampiric influences upon that part of the city, etc.
All right. Cool.
And there is, lo and behold, a fucking basement, and that's where you are.
In a basement?
It's not a well, okay. So there's imagine if the city was a house. There is a basement level of the city. It is called the crypts.
An undercity.
Yes,
if you
there.
will.
And that's where I'm at.
That's where you are currently. Your master had previously told you that there are hidden passages that lead directly to the Underdark that come up here, and so that's how he came up the first couple times. And so you've gone here. You've met some people. This Undercity is actually home to a surprising amount of drow, like drow, exiles and escapees. Rather than being like you only get, because before you guys only knew the one. There's even dozens, perhaps even several dozen in this crypt area.
Alright. Any of them I know from past interactions with Ainu?
Pardon?
Are there any ones that I know from past interactions with Ainu?
Yeah, so you know a fence, which is a guy that allows you to obviously sell stolen goods. There is a guy who helps make fake identities for people. You always had Ainu do that for you, but he told you because you sucked and if you were ever on your own to go see this dude. There is a guy who sells black market, like magical equipment, potions, things like that. Kind of sort of a fantasy drug dealer, but he also deals in magical potions.
Alright. I am going to... I came here to get information, but having a fake identity probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have if I needed it.
Correct.
So I'm gonna go see that guy. Or that person.
Yep. So you recall them as a let's say a Snurf Niblin, which is a deep gnome. You don't remember their name because you were relatively young. That and he's a forger, so probably not his real name, whatever name he gave you.
Right.
So you're going down the narrow halls of this crypt. You're following the passage that you remember, and you arrive. This area used to be like a small marketplace. Carved out of the rock. Basically, they took over this mausoleum, took out all the corpses and all the tombs, and kind of made it into like a small marketplace. And this is where all those people were. And it is a literal ghost town. Although you see a single solitary figure standing there in the dark. In this, he's kind of out of your dark vision range, so you just barely see a silhouette. It's a tall man, and he kind of has like, either he's wearing like a big hat, or he has like something big on his head.
That's the person I'm looking for?
That's the person you see in this abandoned marketplace.
Hmm.
He's just outside of your dark vision range. His back is to you.
If that's the case, I know where I am, and that it's not exactly a safe place to just walk up, and especially with the people I'm dealing with.
Indeed.
So I think I'm going to try and sneak up, get a bit closer, and see then if I can identify the person from, like a closer distance without them noticing me.
Roll me a stealth check, sir.
23.
Wow, he rolled like shit.
Wow, and he had a plus 11.
Yep. So, as you sneak up on this guy, you get closer and closer. You notice he's wearing black leather armors, kind of a like cowl and cloak, but the cloak is pulled down, and you notice a white poofy afro poking out of the head of this person. And as you see, he has dark grayish blue pointed ears. And as you kind of sneak and turn, you see a big white porn stash on his face. He's wearing sunglasses.
Is he a deep gnome? And am able to?
This is a drow, and this is very clearly air quotes Funk Master Jeff, and air quotes.
Truly a master of disguise.
And you see him like tapping his foot and humming to himself.
That's one of the disguises that Ainu's used, right?
Yeah, it is. It is very clearly to you. You're like, that is Ainu in a disguise.
Okay. So first off, I'm patting myself on the back mentally because I snuck up on my master. Somehow. And second, I'm questioning what exactly to do here because he's just by himself in one of his old disguises. I don't even know if he's waiting on someone, but he's just here by himself.
Okay. You should have rolled that with advantage, by the way, because you're still currently invisible.
Oh. I mean, I could, but I already got a 23. Well, let's go ahead and see what I would have
Just in
done.
case.
Wow. Even better.
Yep. So, how long do you wait before doing anything?
And he's just gonna be standing there, tapping his foot, looking like he's
tapping his foot with a smile on his face, and he is humming.
Is the humming like some sort of like code that we may have come up with like during our time together at all? Like
you recognize it as a song that he has like told you about, and like you guys have listened to in taverns.
So nothing special.
Well, the song itself is about a man who went mad, and that his insanity basically took over who he was. Right? It's very on the nose.
Yeah.
But he was able to kind of save himself by splitting himself in the separate personalities. It's basically a song that explains how multiple personality disorder works.
No way.
Yep,
Is
and
he-
so he's just like humming it and tapping his feet.
This is why
Huh.
bards are important.
Yep, this was made by a bard called Thacket.
Hackett?
Thacket
Wait, are you saying with an F or with a TH?
with a TH. Thacket.
Okay. Okay. Um, Since I'm still
out of
invisible.
character. Yes, out of character. Thacket is Cricket's grandfather.
Ah,
Nice.
I was wondering what the connection might have been. Since I'm still invisible, I'm going to go a bit closer. And when I'm within earshot,
Oh, hey. Whoa, don't sneak up on a brother like that. What's going on, man?
I'm gonna stay quiet. Is he looking straight at me?
He's like looking in your direction, but he clearly can't see you.
I don't have any way to like kind of throw my voice, huh? I don't think. No, I don't think that's something that would be like I can try rolling for it if you'd allow. If I could
I would
attempt
allow
to.
you to roll a just charisma check, and then depending on how well you do, I'll let you roll a deception on top of it.
Charisma. Okay. Just straight
Mhm.
charisma?
Yes, plus your bonus.
Oh no. Really? Well, that's bad.
What do you try
Alright.
to say throwing? What do you try to say throwing your voice?
Um. God, I fucked up so bad. I'm not trying to sneak up on you. Maybe you're trying to sneak on yourself.
You know what? I've done that before. Wow, I'm good. Anyhow, what's a invisible turkey like you doing in a place like this?
Oh, looking for people doing things that might not be seen as legal.
Yeah. I know what you mean. So you see, I'm Funk Master Jeff, the grooviest thief in all the realms.
Man,
What can
you've
I?
mastered 1,000 rhythms. Yes, I've heard of you.
Oh, thank you. I am a legend. If I may, my dear sir, could you not be invisible?
I can't turn it off right now.
Ah, well, hold on.
Wait.
And he will like
No, wait, no, that wasn't a.
what? What?
Well, I was waiting for you to roll. And
Yes. He'll be like, you know, how long have you been invisible?
you said 45 minutes had gone by, right?
Yeah, so about 50 now.
50? And it would lasted an hour, right?
Yeah.
Close to an hour is what Revian will say.
As long as you're concentrating on it. He will be like, I can wait 10 minutes.
All right.
And he will reach into a bag, pull out 2 chairs out of a bag of holding, and put one down in front of you and sit in the other. They'll start humming that song again.
Look, sorry. I know you already placed a chair for me, and I don't want to seem impolite, but I actually have something I was doing, and the invisibility was supposed to be helping me do that. So I kind of have to go. I think I have to go do that because it's not just me that's relying on possible information I might uncover.
You're looking for information. I can do information, buddy. What are you looking for? I got like, evil cult people, handsome drow people, you adorable little fox kids getting married. What else? What else? What else?
Those are very
Um,
specific examples.
I'm a very specific man. A groovy specific man.
Or else you wouldn't have named yourself Fuckmaster Jeff. Yes.
Yes, Funk Master Jeff. There's an N in there.
Sorry, my nose is stuffy, so it's not putting ends right.
I understand. Mr. Invisible Guy.
That was out of
Anyhow.
character, but okay.
Well, anyhow, I also have some dirt on like the magistrates. I know secret passages into the Deadlands. Ooh. There's I have a good one. Oh, go ahead.
How about ways to take Asmodeus out of the mortal realm?
Ooh. Okay. So that kind of relates to the thing I was gonna say. There's a lot of information in the library up in Lazulia, yeah, but that place is dangerous now. So get this. A vampire snuck in, thralled all the librarians, and took over the forbidden section. Crazy, right?
Shit. Oh shit. Yes, that's very crazy.
50 gold, please.
What?
50 gold, please.
I do actually have that on my character. So yeah, I'll pay the 50 he gave. I know I'm still questioning what the fuck, this interaction even is, but
Yeah. How about you roll me a perception check?
okay. 20 even. Not
Hey,
bad.
you notice now that you're talking to him, like behind him in the corner, there's quite a few corpses right over there that are pretty fresh. One of them's a Snurf Niblin.
Shit.
Oh yeah,
Right.
and before I forget, if you see like a foxy man traveling with like, one of them furries, yeah, like the people that are human that want to be animals, yeah, one of those, and then a fish boy, halfling, a kind of like a human with like a drow white haircut, like a poser, and then a very old but funny dwarf lady. Tell him that he needs to be careful because there are bad versions of Funk Master Jeff looking to stab him.
I will be sure to relay that information to them if I ever see them.
I figure you wouldn't know them, but they're adventurers, right? And there's a lot of them. You could walk into them anytime, things like that. Hey, look, you're starting to turn visible.
Right, I'm gonna get out of here now. I got some emergency came up due to that information, so
Love you.
Gotta go. What?
Nothing.
Brevian runs off after that.
And you hear as you're running away, and it does kind of follow you for a little bit, and then it stops. The creepiest disco man ever to exist. So,
because they're all creepy.
yes, indeed. Meanwhile, with the rest of the group, you guys are arriving at the library as it is opening.
Library of Doom.
Mm-hmm. There is a basically like a front foyer area. There are actually like guards, surprisingly enough.
Hold on. By the point that I would have learned that information and started running towards them,
We'll let you know when that happens. I will let you know.
Okay.
Yep. Don't worry. I will.
Alright,
I will let you know, but not yet.
Right. I'm just wondering when, like, the mental link, I could, just tell their child.
Yep. I will let you know. Cool. So, you enter the kind of like front desk area. It kind of separates from the whole rest of the library. There's a desk. There's some guards near the front door. Very standard city guard type. There is a human woman in a kind of black, like very smart looking like noble woman's clothes and a cloak. Her hair is the very classic blonde librarian look, and she has glasses, which are very rare in this setting, and she will look up at you all, and she does seem to have some sort of recognition when she looks at Ilia, and she will say, hello, can I help you?
Hello, we would like access to the library, please. And I will whip out the Platinum American Express card.
Ooh.
Oh, I see you're one of the Platinum members. Yes, please, you and all your guests can come. Would you like me to set up a private study room for you? Would you like to browse the halls?
Yes, that would be lovely, thank you.
Oh, so browsing the halls or private study room?
I would like a study room for myself and my guests, and then anything else that they need as well.
Understood, madam. Understood. She'll like bow her head. I will have one of the servants lead you to your study room. One moment, and she will like ring a bell, and you will see a like butler type show up, and be like, "This way, madam, sirs," and he'll lead you down a hall. You see a fantastic, very old, so it's kind of dusty. Do notice like every now and then you'll see a book that's still on the shelf, but it's like practically dust. Lots of books all over the place, and you are led into a nice, clean room. There is a little like stand with a kind of like, for lack of a better word, a clipboard and an inkwell. What this is it allows you to write the name of a title or write specific topics of information. There is a bell next to it. You ring the bell, the servant will come, look at the information, and he will bring you the books. But yeah. But yes, you will also be brought glasses of hot tea, as well as glasses of water and pitchers and things like that, and little tea sandwiches.
This is really fancy.
How much are one of these memberships normally? This could be a retirement plan by itself.
It is maybe 1,000 platinum. You got this as a this was your quest reward for like doing a perhaps 20-30 years of service in this city.
Oh yes, that makes sense.
By the way, how much was it to revive Cricket?
It was 1,000 GP.
Wow, I am not worth much here.
Bullshit.
I will. Well, if you think about it, it has often been the problem with most people in power that they don't value life.
Well,
real quick, I'm going to go over the library rules. You guys are allowed to purview the library, but there is a forbidden section, which is only accessible by Platinum Card members, so specifically Ilia. And then there is a restriction section, which no one is allowed to access.
It's like a
need
cursed
a
section.
restricted section. I'm calling it right now.
Yep, there is the restricted section, and there is a restricted section.
It's where like cursed and stuff, cursed items go. Perhaps.
One day. One day I'll find my way in there.
Why
One
not?
way or
today?
another.
So yes, does anyone want to request a book?
I have a request. But first, can I recognize what's going on with Third Child?
Would you like me to? Would you like to roll a nature check?
Sure.
So you barely. You have like an inkling. So Fae do interesting things to their subjects and their prey? Question mark. You might be able to postulate that due to the woman's desire to be a wolf, that she's being made into a wolf, and a perhaps that might have some aberrant and or violent side effects. Can't quite like, you're almost there, but the big W word is kind of like you're like maybe I don't know.
Interesting. I will pull. Does the butler have a name?
Jum, 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 jum. Jarvis, because fucking Iron Man in my head for some reason.
I will pull Jarvis aside, and I will whisper into his ears a selection of books based off of what I understand off my nature check, due to third child, and as well as my personal dealings into the devils.
So he will bring back a selection of treatises on warlock pacts, the nature of the Feywild and the Archfey, a specific, very, very specific bright pink bound book called The Adventures of Robin Goodfellow and His Trusty Idiots.
Of course.
Appropriately titled.
There is a silvery book titled My Idiot Husband and His Countless Tall Tales.
I know who wrote that one.
Specifically.
Yeah, so there's lots of interesting books brought. So there is one that kind of sticks out specifically to Ilia, which is a treatise on lycanthropy and its extended varieties. Made by a master wizard of Lazulia some centuries ago. It focuses on how lycanthropy works as a disease rather than a curse. But and also the different variations of it and how to break it, weaknesses, how to kill them, capture them, etc.
As I am scrolling, or I guess looking through these different texts, I will address the party, asking if you guys want anything, or if there's anything you guys are looking for that I can get.
Yeah, the party, all they have to do is write on the clipboard, for lack of a better word, ring the bell, and the butler will bring you a selection of books.
I'm gonna look for basically a write-up on Asmodeus.
Yes.
By people who have fought him in the past, stuff like that. What worked, what didn't, etc.
So there is a selection of books that actually Jarvis will point to say, "Oh, Miss Ilia has already ordered a selection of these books, madam. Here are the selection that she," and he'll show you which books she picked out as well, so you guys can go over them together. But he also brings an additional selection of Encounters with Demons and Devils by Sister Cassandra.
Hey, we know her.
Yep, it is a relatively new book. There is a book written by Saint Celestine, which was the big, huge angel woman, called The Nature of Evil. And it is huge and expansive. It will take you guys some time to go through that one. But basically, if you look through the bibliography as well as the table of contents, you'll notice that it is literally an expansive work on all types of air quotes evil, including fae, evil fae, undead, devils, demons, aberrations, outer gods, evil deities, corrupt and neglected elementals, things like that.
That's exciting to me.
It is very, very huge, and there is a section labeled the War in Heaven, and then there is the very next section is labeled the War of Order and Chaos, and those are the first two big sections of the book.
Sounds like what we need.
Yep.
So if we were gonna help, what would we roll for it?
You guys would probably roll a history and or religion check. the more historical stuff you'll get from the history check, the more religious stuff you'll get from the religion check, etc. Any knowledge check will do. Say for example, if you had a stealthy person, they could just sneak the book away, and you guys could just walk off with it.
I would just like to do the help action for Ilia.
Yeah,
Nice for you.
you have the biggest score, so it makes sense if you do it and someone helps you. So, Arcana or religion? I'm sorry, religion or history? You're good at all three.
Sounds like maybe what we need right now is like
We'll start with history, and then we'll delve into religion afterwards to get more specifics.
History check. 10. Oh wait, advantage because help. 26.
Much better.
much better.
Okay, so
I may be a one lady, but I can help.
you can read the weird ass angelic handwriting. It's very floaty and weird.
My lack of depth perception means that the magic on it's less effective.
That's beautiful.
So, well, this is gonna be a big ass lore dump. Long story short, is the way that the history of the world goes is there is an event called the War in Heaven. So what had happened was when everything came into existence, kind of all at once, there were the primordial forces of good and evil, as well as the forces of law and chaos. They were embodied by these greater entities. Their names have been lost to time and space. So, the War in Heaven is the battle between good and evil, and eventually good came out on top to begin the shaping of the universe. And next was a massive war between the forces of law and order. I'm sorry, order and chaos. Excuse me. These are both millennium-long events with untold destruction and casualties. But afterwards, when everything was settled, the lawful and good side of nature seems to have been the prevalent one, although certain deals and exceptions were made along the way to allow for law to succeed over chaos. The nature of which helped Asmodeus come into being, as well as many of the other law gods, including Arathis, the goddess of civilization, Corlon, the god of elves, etc., etc., etc. Though, after this event, eventually there was a big upheaval from the Nine Hells, where Asmodeus tried to take over for the first time. And he was stopped by the combined might of all the other gods. This is what has caused deities to more or less be banished from the mortal realm as a safeguard against, wanton powers tearing the world asunder. But something also that is a result of such a thing is what is called the Fairness and Hell Act. The Fairness and Hell Act is a arbitrated agreement made by the forces of order to prevent devils from too duplicitously, like they're evil, right? But there's like a code of conduct for them that prevents them from screwing over people as easily. And so, for example, there are copies of the Fairness and Hell Act on the material plane, but they are extremely hard to find, as devils do not want people to know the rules of their own game. But here are some major. There are some things recorded in this book that are very specific references. First and foremost is that if a deal with a devil is broken by either party, the effects are reversed. So say, for example, if it was, oh, I will give you my soul, Asmodeus, to seal away a horrible ancient evil, and then say that horrible ancient evil escaped, then Asmodeus would no longer have your soul.
Hmm?
So what you're saying is we got to go open that coffin.
I mean, I didn't say that.
If you value one soul over an ancient evil being unleashed upon a world, certainly.
And with this information, you can do with what you will. But if you are obviously looking to fuck over Asmodeus as much as possible, you guys need a copy of that Fairness and Hell Act.
Well, good thing it's only extremely rare.
The only known copy by the author of the book that you guys are currently looking at is held in the Magocracy of Ganos as the personal property of the Sultan himself.
Wonder what we'd have to do to get something like that from him.
Hey, fish boy.
What?
Hey, so we found out that a very, very important piece of paper we need happens to the personal property of the Sultan of the Magocracy of.
You also notice Ilia outwardly, openly cuss when that is read.
I
Yeah.
would imagine so.
So I know about like the politics back home, right?
Oh yeah, it's as a non-magic-y man yourself, it sucks. Being in Ganos
Yeah.
sucks as a non-magic caster.
Okay, so it's pretty much like you said, the Magocracy.
Yeah.
And I imagine the Sultan's not exactly the nicest guy.
Hey Revion, now.
Revian's voice will just like immediately go to third child's. You're all in danger. You need to get out of the library now. Wait, what was the summary that I need?
The restricted section is the lair of a vampire. Is the very long story short.
That's what I'll say.
Yep. So, third child's eyes will kind of go wide and be like, Revion just told me that some of the information that he found was that we need to get out of here because the restricted section has a vampire's lair in it.
He'll also say that he's on his way over to the library because
He's on his way here now.
Well, at least they restrict the number of people that walk directly into it.
Yeah. What do you all want to do? I mean, remember what happened last time we fought a vampire? Looks at both Celine and Cyrus and Cricket and everyone who got severely hurt.
Wasn't that everyone except me? Because I
Yes.
wanted it too much.
Yes. Although he did knock you unconscious once, I believe. Everyone else though got knocked unconscious more than once.
Damn tease.
Can't be desperate, Zartha.
Too thirsty for death.
I don't understand. Most people run from him. It's kind of creepy if you ask me. Death. They look at the ceiling vaguely.
Right. You get like a feeling of imagine a tsundere anime girl. It's not like I like you or anything. Jeez. No, I'm kidding. That doesn't
I
actually.
may accept that.
Yeah. You don't. That's not real. Let's pretend that Death is not a tsundere girl.
Too late.
Too late.
Yeah.
Too late. The Sandman comics had me there already.
That's true, but also the Raven Queen is not necessarily tsundere, so she's just yeah.
Lawful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that it's in a majority of our best interests for us to vacate the premises.
What do you think, team?
What?
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe we could go into the restricted section and find more stuff. And then it wasn't there that thing about the restricted section. Who knows? Maybe there's a copy there.
I mean, if do we feel up to fighting a vampire? I was given by everyone's reaction, so that was something they'd rather not do. I'm down for anything. I'm too old to care.
I mean, you know, a vampire is a blight upon nature, and they have been corrupting these lands, and I wish to murder it.
Zartha's totally running with like DBZA's turtle knowledge. Like, I am 999 years old. I don't give a fuck.
Get real though.
Personally, I would like to try to gather a little bit more information, but if you guys want to leave, I will understand.
So 3 out of 6 have voted to stay.
I vote we leave, but
Cyrus votes leave. Cricket.
I mean, is there some of you did have brushes with death recently that you may not care to repeat? Just know I am.
Hey,
jealous.
Cricket. Cricket.
I can't face it right now. I'm still recovering. I still have a lot of like negative.
exhaustion.
I have a lot of negatives to my stats right now.
Oh yeah, you're right. So we should.
There is a undead
Assuming a
in the
majority
holy
of you-
city of the Raven Queen.
There's also that. I just made a promise that I would slay the dead.
I will say this: assuming that all of you wish to survive this experience, most of our party members should probably be.
Also,
after
Cricket,
that.
you only have a -1 to all your stuff right now.
Oh, good.
Negative
Okay.
ones
well, then
matter, though.
see, I'm contractually obligated to go and face this thing now, because I know it's there. I can't just walk away, otherwise my death mommy will be mad at me.
Life.
Is your death mommy so short-sighted that she would rather you go into this thing's lair while you are weak and have you fail and rather have you die again than you face it when you're strong and could be successful? I thought the Raven Queen was a bit more considerate of her assets than that.
You don't know, Cricket. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I know nothing about this religion. I was just kidnapped and said, "You're a priestess now."
I know. I, as a monk, know that I don't want to lose you again.
They're really cute, aren't they?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Go on, just get married already.
All
Don't
of you.
rush them. It's all in due time.
Yeah.
The wait makes it better.
But what if one of them dies? Again.
Oh.
Again, in Cricket's case.
Oh, there's a reason I make money. It's for the young people.
Well,
Heard that? You too. Banned from dying.
Yeah. Well, no matter what you do, Cricket, I'm going to protect you. Period.
I, for one, want to be a maid of honor. And she, like, flips her hair.
I'll nod at her and then I'll hold up a finger to my mouth and just tell her to
I think we should have a tiny bit more time, not show what we know, and maybe get out once Eileen's had a little more time. And that's
I mean, maybe they don't know we're here yet, so if we leave now, we can come back later and, like, sneak attack them?
Oh, wouldn't that depend on whether the entire library is considered this thing's lair or not? Whether it knows we're here?
Hey, Revion, you're here.
Oh.
You're at the front gate of the library. There are some guards, and there is a librarian asking for your membership card.
I can't. I'm with the Ilias group. Was just a bit late.
Yes. One moment, and she'll send one of the guards off. You guys hear a knock on your private study. Knock.
Come in.
There is a guard. Ma'am. There is a shifter in leather armor. Kind of, pardon. What color fur again? Black with red markings.
Yes.
And he'll describe Revion. He says he's with you. Should I let him in?
Oh, he is with us.
Yes, let him in.
Yeah, you see, when Cricket said that, he just ignored everyone else except Ilia.
Makes sense.
So he walks off. Comes Revion, you see this man comes back. Follow me, sir.
Right.
Leads you to a room, opens the door. Hey, look, there are all your friends sitting in like a nice cozy area, nice warm lights, eating finger sandwiches, drinking water.
This is a library, right?
Yes, this is just the private study.
This is a lot more fancy than I ever imagined. If the guard is leaving, I will make sure to keep my eye on him until he's out of sight, though.
Yep. You close the door.
Right. So you guys are still here. I know Third Child would have told you what I found out.
We were debating the merits of staying and murdering the thing now, or leaving and coming back another day when we were more prepared.
I am of the decision of the latter, to come back a bit more prepared.
Okay, so that is currently, I believe it was 3-2, with 2 undecided. Is that correct? And she's like holding up all these fingers, like trying to keep count.
Very well.
You know that there's like stuff like dangerous here, right?
Yes, and the more
Okay.
we're prepared for it, then that'll be something that we can deal with then. But if we go into a situation foolhardy, that only puts us at a greater risk of not getting rid of the evil to begin with.
I suppose. Then, Cricket is still all, smells like dead body.
Nice. Can I insight the room?
Inside the room in what way, Cyrus?
I want to see if there's any small animals around.
That would be perception.
That's perception?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Perception.
inside is vibe checking.
Vibe checking?
Would you like to roll a perception check, or do I need to do it for you, Cyrus?
Yes, first I can roll a perception check. And then I want to wisdom if I find anything. Okay,
so specifically, you want me to do it, correct? Because you have no access to the D&D stuff?
Hold on. It's just making sure my connection is secure.
Okay, because I was going to call you a piece of shit if I had to do it.
Ah, like the old days. I remember
Indeed.
that reference.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting to unleash the you piece of shit.
You bastard. How dare you make me press buttons.
Mm-hmm. The amount of suffering and persecution I've suffered based off of pressing buttons is immeasurable.
God, get a lawyer, dude.
You're right, I should.
All this vampire talk got me thinking. Have I ever heard anything while I've been living here about a vampire in the library? Because I feel like I would have known.
Well, you have not, because it is a very, very well kept secret, and you have never been allowed in the restricted section. But you've physically been in the restricted section and never noticed anything weird.
Oh my god, that perception roll. Wait, oh well, it's a fumble anyway, but so there wouldn't be any sort of no matter what bonus. But Jesus.
Yep. So you don't notice anything. You know who would notice something like that? The girl with animal senses, perhaps. There's a rat in the room.
Oh no.
A rat?
Yep. It's behind that board over there. Kind of in the wall.
Behind the board in the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Can I create
Can't see it.
And
It's behind a board.
yeah, I'm debating on whether to use like psychic blades as like to create like some small and thin enough to just like pierce
Zartha,
through the
you
board.
have that repair spell, right?
I do.
Hold on. She'll walk up to the board, yell really loud, punch the board, and pull out a rat.
Oh, that makes sense because I can just fix it. Yeah.
And you see her like staring at this rat pretty intensely.
Is the rat staring back?
Yeah, actually. And then
There's
she
something
bites off
wrong
its
with-
head.
Respectful. Respectable.
And then she proceeds to pour its blood down her mouth.
Does that confirm my readings?
I don't know, does it?
I feel like I have the intelligence too.
I'm gonna cast prestidigitation. Once she finishes doing that, do I have? Oh, shit, I'm a cleric. I don't have prestidigitation, do I?
Yep. But she will proceed to put the start taking apart the rat carcass as per normal. Lick the blood off her fingers.
She's close to done on whatever she's doing. Cricket is going to cast prestidigitation on her clothes at least.
Hey, thanks, Cricket. Appreciate that. And when she like looks up and smiles at you, you notice for like a brief glint, her kind of yellowy wolf eyes have actually turned like red for a brief moment, and then they're back to normal.
Revan will actually look a bit concerned
Can I,
at his wife.
may I
She
please,
just smiles.
may I please roll insight on that? See if I get
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
heat.
Yeah.
Would
Which
that have
languages?
only been visible to
Ravion's languages.
Oh, I didn't notice anything else about that apparently.
Revion's languages are. Sorry, someone's asking. Common and Thieves' Cant. A certain someone speaks lots of languages, but you probably don't want to mention it to her. And here's the thing: is you wouldn't know what languages everyone speaks because you guys have not had this conversation. So, apologies. What did you roll, Cricket, for your insight?
4.
4. Yeah. She maybe got a little overzealous. She lived in the woods. Maybe she like ate a rat once and was like, "Oh, that's a nostalgic taste. Let me have some of this rat."
would Revian have not seen the brief flash? Was that only visible to Cricket?
Yeah, because Cricket was like right in her face.
Okay. Just wanted to...
I will give Revion the opportunity to roll a straight wisdom check because this is his wife. And so he
Alright.
would know better than most.
I
Hey,
rolled a 19.
you've never seen her eat meat raw before.
Mentally, because he doesn't think like saying it out loud would be like a good moment. He'll ask, "Are you okay? You've never eaten meat just raw like that."
Oh. I don't know. I just saw the rat and I was hungry. And, you can't light a fire in a library, right?
Yeah, but
Zartha will like staple her fingers together, have a little smirk on her face. She's like, "Have you been having cravings recently?"
Lots of them. Mostly, she looks at Revion and looks at Zartha and like winks very obviously. But other things too.
Well, let me know if it continues, dear.
I think I'll actually change my vote. I think we should head out of the library.
Oh.
I believe that turns it into a majority then.
Oh yeah. I was looking forward to killing some vampires.
It's not a no, it's just a later.
Revian will step over to his wife to where he's closer and just whisper in her ear, "Do you think we should be worried about this?"
Yeah, because we need the information from like the restricted thing.
I meant that biting the head off the rat suddenly.
Oh. I don't know. I'm hungry. But maybe? I don't know. It seems fine. more, and she'll like point at her ears, more like this, so don't need to cook as much, maybe.
He'll stare at third child for a good few seconds before nodding. All right.
I don't know. Look, if I get the urge to murder any of you, I will let you know.
Please do it before.
Respectfully, I request me first.
Revian, do you have a moment?
Sure.
I'm gonna pull you off to a corner, or I'm actually gonna ask you outright. Like, when we leave, I gotta go back to my house real fast and grab a couple of things. Can you help me with that?
Ooh, I'll come.
It's a lot of how do we put it? It's I just need one person, and like, I need you to help protect the rest of the party.
Oh, I am the strongest. That makes sense.
And absolutely, and you need to stay with the cannon fodder in case you have murdery urges. And that's me.
You just want me to murder
Exactly.
you, Sartha. You have like a murder lust, but to be murdered, which is weird.
Only if you want to, dear.
Exactly. Plus, like, you gotta stay close to that just in case that happens.
Keep an eye on him.
I will keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't do anything to betray you.
No, I mean, if he gets hurt, you're dead.
Oh, I'm sure that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, he's pretty tough. But still, I just have to stay.
Also,
No
what if
hurt.
it's not the reason he gets hurt? There's plenty of vampires in this town, apparently.
Yes, but she can make him invisible and he can escape.
I don't know if invisibility works against vampires because they're undead.
That's a good point. Your fault until we figure out whether or not it's your fault.
I'm sure we'll both be fine.
Mine.
Look, I will say this straight up to you. I'm not interested in him in any way.
No, not like that. No. I mean,
she knows she has the goods secured.
Yeah. No, but if I can't have him getting hurt because we need to have puppies.
Revian's eyes will widen for like a moment, then just like like scratch his cheek. Huh. Yeah.
Not getting out of this, mister.
Well, I'll return him in one piece, and then I'm assuming we should be heading out.
Okay, good. Thanks. And she'll like go back to being like smiley and just turn around as if she did not kind of just have a very kind of serious, crazy moment.
Yeah, very yandere almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her personality is a bit weird right now.
I mean, it's fine. She's having cravings of many different sorts. She's feeling possessive and protective of her mate. These things happen.
Okay, but they only started happening after she got the tail and ears.
Yeah, absolutely. How long have you guys been married again?
Not long.
I need like it in weeks.
Yeah. How long, TJ?
You guys have been married roughly just about 2 months and a half.
About 2.5 months.
I'll like count on my fingers and be like, okay.
Is that
You guys see
bad?
that Ilia has a book with her that she has borrowed from the library.
Oh, good. I won't hold you up anymore. I'm not too worried about it yet.
It's not what you guys. It's just you and Revian. Revian sees the book.
Mhm.
No. Finish what you were saying, Zartha, and then we'll
Well,
be.
basically, I've said it's might not be as weird as we think it is. Of course, the ears and the tail; those are very weird. But the other things might not be.
Oh, I
weird
like
as we
that
think they
part
are.
actually, but
Well,
all right.
It's okay. We'll continue to assess the situation. We'll make sure that she doesn't come to harm, and hopefully nobody else. Mostly.
Right.
So, what do you guys all do? Revion and Ilia go to her house just outside the city to go pick up some stuff, and the rest of the party does what? It is, by the way, early to mid-afternoon. Because it is fall, the sun is already starting to set. Maybe like 4-ish p.m. So it's like an early, the sun is just starting to set. No. I'm from a place where it's constantly summer, so I'm not good at describing this.
There's not really much we can do yet without fun, so I think head back to the ship. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So,
Agrees with me. We're gonna head back to the ship.
perfect. So, you guys all head back to the ship. You see our good friend Mr. Mogar. Howdy there, folks. You get them whatchamacallits with the things on the paper where you put your eyes and you do the thing.
Do you not know what a book is?
Yeah, that. Oh wait, you're not here.
Yes, we got those things.
Good. In orcish culture, they're made of the skin of dead foes. See, I have one. And he unrolls it. My spell book.
It's very lovely.
Mm-hmm. You see the text right over here. It's orcish, backwards, and upside down. I met a guy named Da Vinci who said it was a good way to run it.
I think that's pronounced Da Vinci.
No. You're thinking of that gnome guy with the inventor stuff. I'm talking about Da Vinci. He's like a big orc dude.
I love it.
Yeah.
I hope we cross paths with him someday.
Hint, hint.
Okay. Sorry, I was reading a message. So
Since everybody seems to be
because they're all distracted by Mogar.
well, a bit, but also since everybody's is super sensitive about their child, I will go off and I'll hang out with her in private, and we'll just gab. I'll talk to her about how she's experiencing young married life. Since I've been there, I've done that.
Mm-hmm. She talks about she's been having a really hard time with like it seems that her desire to have children and to be with her love and to have a family is way stronger than it should be. Like, she understands that it's irrational, but like she's like, no, I want kids now, even if it's like inconvenient to adventuring, which she knows is selfish. And so she's like, she doesn't understand why she feels that way.
Well, I can give her a checkup. I'll offer to give her a checkup and see what's going on.
She will accept. So, she's not pregnant, first off.
Damn, old grandma me was getting excited for grandpuppies.
Oh, you will know, as a man, I am not very knowledgeable about this kind of shit. She is like ready to go, though, basically. Yeah, exactly, ovulating. Thank you.
It's probably a combination of. Well, the Fae contractor seems to be giving her what she wants, but just in the worst ways. So that tracks. If she wants to have kids pretty soon, they're just like, have what you want, just in the worst way.
Yeah.
So
Something
fertility
that
rights and stuff like that are a favorite of the Fae anyway.
Yeah. So something that you remember that it was either that Cricket or Third Child mentioned this, that the Fey lady that they made a deal with was called the Lady of Love and Starlight.
Ah,
If you recall from our other game, Rhiannon, some side
I
effects
know.
of it. Yeah.
I know exactly. All right. Do I? I mean, I. Do I
Yeah,
have
and her
access to
eyes
my
are kind of
phone?
dilated, especially if you guys start talking about Revyon. Her eyes will like immediately dilate, like as if she's like on drugs.
Oh, she basically is just magically.
God
Mhm.
damn. She's thirsty for me.
Mhm.
I mean, she's also kind of roofied.
Yeah.
Magically.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
you know, as the
I think I have
you do
access
notice
to
that her
I just-
fingernails are really long and sharp. You know, obviously has a tail, has
Ears.
ears. Her normal human hair is a lot more fur-like than it has been previously.
Is this? I'll tell her. That I might be able to come up with a temporary solution, but it'll take me until the next dawn to be able to see if it is a possibility.
Okay. What should I do till then?
Can I make a? Do they have a healing check? Can I make a
Medicine.
healing check or any? Yeah, medicine. Oh, I'm a brewer. I have brewer supplies. Yeah, medicine. Okay, so I would like to see, especially since I have a brewing kit.
You're gonna make a morning after pill.
No, because that's not necessarily what the problem is here. The problem is I need to help her chill out. She's on uppers. I need to give her a downer.
Oh, I see. You're just gonna get her on like some pretty potent alcohol.
Not necessarily, but I am absolutely going to I'm going to attempt to put something together that will help her with the symptoms she's dealing with from the magic until I can come up with my own
Yeah.
magic
Roll me a
mitigation.
medicine check.
With advantage because of the brewer's kit or nah?
Sure.
That was a 17.
Not
That was
bad.
a 17.
And then a
Alright,
5.
so you make this tincture, like a drink.
Yeah, it's
Um,
probably mixing a bit of herbs and stuff like that that are known for calming things down.
Exactly. So you give her some, and she immediately kind of like eyes flutter. She's like, "Oh man, I am tired. I need to lay down."
That makes complete sense, dear.
She
Okay.
you know, pulls out her spear, uses it like the kind of like stand up, help herself stand. And you see, she'll kind of just hobble off to her room.
I'll follow to make sure she doesn't trip over herself. Like, let me know if you wake up with a headache or anything, or if you need more. You'll get more used to it as the days go by.
And she like opens the door, kind of leaves it open, just kind of flops onto the bed, just immediate snoring.
I'll close her door for her and then rejoin the others in whatever they're doing.
Now, okay. So, Celine, what you do is you tap that card, and that makes what they call mana. You see, and you see that little symbol on the top right of the card, and that will allow you to. That's like how much that card costs mana wise.
No.
Man, this game makes no sense.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that.
weird. I specifically don't like this effect called infect. It's weird.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Mm,
I mean,
Oh, hey, Sarge.
anything you say is weird. It's gotta be weird.
that's true.
Hi.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Their child is taking a nap.
That's good.
Looks like you guys are having fun.
That's
Yeah, you want to
debatable.
play cards?
Oh no, it's getting relatively dark, and sometimes I don't like looking at fine print with my one eye in the dark.
I can read it for you.
Well, that's very sweet. That said, however, it is getting dark. We should start talking about watch rotation and precautions for to take tonight, considering we were just on the doorstep of a vampire's lair.
That sounds like fun. I'll take first, second, third, and fourth watch because if it comes on the ship, I can blow them up with
Oh,
holy lightning.
That is fantastic. Are you going to be able to stay up all night?
When you see him drink a potion, now I am.
Well, you have fun with that, dear. Thank you for keeping us safe. As for the rest of you,
Ooh,
I
fancy
feel like-
music.
Oh, sorry. That's not mine. It's just in another room.
That's all right. It's Zartha's theme song.
That is way too upbeat.
You're right. So,
No, it's just her on her way, just fucking jazz stepping toward death.
you know that too. So presumably everyone's gonna eat food and then go to bed.
Pretty much.
Well, I'll wait for our two
The
missing
others-
party members to come back before I go to bed, but yes.
Understood. So, meanwhile, you two, Ilia and Revion, are walking to Ilia's house outside of the city.
So what are
Hold
we
on.
looking for exactly?
Go ahead.
So more so, I just needed to get away from your wife. No offense, but I have my suspicions right now about what might be going on.
Oh,
I'll pull out the book that I borrowed from the library, all about the lycanthropy and whatnot, and I'll start like showing him different passages of like what it is, what's going on, probably the dealing of the Fae, as far as I understand.
So this is a excerpt on the disease version of it, but the very, very early stages of lycanthropy and not any other type, because lichen, wolf, etc. She has out of the we'll say out of the 6 symptoms, she has 5 of them.
Revian will look even more concerned as he's like reading through the pages.
And then they have a wonderful illustration of a person tearing out of their own flesh and becoming a wolf monster.
Oh, that's So you think that my wife is coming down with lycanthropy?
I'm not too sure. I don't know what kind of deal she made with the Fae. All I know is you guys made one, but it might have something to do with that.
The deal we had made was that we would be protecting the forests of the Fae, in both life and in death. He's trying to remember the exact wording of the deal.
That was more or less it.
Yeah, nothing that I
Hey,
can think
Steven.
of. Yeah.
High or low?
High.
Okay. You guys all know that it is not a full moon tonight. Werewolves, full moon.
Yeah.
I was getting stared at, that's why. And so it is
Revian-
not a full moon tonight. You guys have 3 days.
As Brevian's like turning the pages, he'll see another illustration of like the moon. Well, actually, that same illustration would probably have a full moon on it. So,
Yeah. So you're like,
uh,
oh shit.
yeah, so he'll look and see like, okay, well, tonight's not going to be one, but do you know when the next full moon is? At the top of your head?
Based off how the night sky looks last night, my assumption would probably be 3 days from now.
Right. So we have a few days to prepare. If that happens. Damn. Okay, that's something we'll have to talk about as a group when we get back.
Yes. Now, Third Child is a bit of a weird name. Like, is that something?
What's wrong
like,
with it? He'll
Wait.
he'll ask that in a bit more of like a kind of direct, and like his eyes narrowed a bit. Like, what's wrong with it? You know, as a you you know, he's as in you better watch yourself type way.
More so, just it's not what I'm used to from where I'm from, but it might give me insight as to why it's happening.
I mean, she was raised by an entire group of wolves who named her third child because of her age in the pack. That's why her wolf, the wolf that. Wait, is Youngest still with us or no?
No, Youngest is not with you guys anymore because you guys decided that the adventure was going to get too dangerous for. And also, Third Child changed subclasses, so it didn't make sense for her to continue to have an animal companion.
Okay, that's why the wolf. Oh wait, you wouldn't have ever met him, but we used to have another companion by Youngest who was her.
So she, if you recall, all the wolves now live in Thothaleth, and the mother participates in the government, which was primarily made by all of you. So Ilia has met the wolves.
Okay. I thought we met. Oh, okay, no, we did meet in Thothaleth, huh? Okay, sorry. I'm getting details mixed up from like when we met.
It has also been over a year.
Yeah, that. So he'll just mention that, yeah, if you recall, Youngest used to be with her a lot, and that is mainly the reason why she was named third child, because there was already the youngest of the pack, and she wasn't quite there yet, so she's third child.
I see. Can I make an intelligence check?
Yes, you may. Also, third child is called third child is because she's the third oldest.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she is the third. So there is first, second, third, and then multiple numbers up until youngest, who is about 80. And 80 as in the number 80th child of the group.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, 80 years and he's youngest?
No.
Hang on one second.
Yeah, Andrea needs to make an intelligence check. Just, do you want nature? Do you want history? Just straight intelligence? What are you trying to do?
Something that'll help me put two and two together with her growing up as a wolf and the Fae contract exacerbating a lot of what she's feeling.
No. 11.
So I don't know in character, but I know in real life. This is just a thought. I don't really know for sure, but maybe I don't know how these things fully work, but it could do something with the fact that, like, how she grew up around the wolves, the fact that she's married to you, might be making her want to be one. I don't know.
Well, she's always called herself a wolf, never anything else. Maybe the fate magic is dealing with that intent? I don't know. That'd be something I'd have to ask the Lord and Lady of the Fae, but don't really have the chance to do that at the moment. Well, maybe.
How badly do you want to talk to the Lord and Lady of the Fae, Revion?
Well, if it's dealing with his wife, he would definitely have enough of an intent to want to he would definitely want to talk with them as a sure
Hey,
thing.
Revion, what's that in your hand?
Edith looks down at his hand.
Hey, there's a red eagle's feather in your hand.
Okay. He holds up the feather in front of his face. I'm guessing they're still walking towards her place at this point.
Yeah, that's the question is, did Ilea actually need to pick something up, or did she just pull you aside to have a chat with you?
Technically, I just pulled him aside to have a chat, but I do need to pick something up for the house, so I don't look like I just pulled him aside to have a chat. So I'll pick up a change of clothes.
There you go.
Okay.
So you guys are actually on your way back now, and you see him open his hand, and he has a red feather in his hand.
Is it just a feather? Do I see? Can I make I don't know, some sort of insight with it? Do I feel anything?
Very clear. You understand by holding it, like, oh hey, that's that red guy, and if I remember correctly, because you're Mr. I remember everything, due to your feet.
Yep, keep in mind.
Yep. And so you remember he said he was the Fey Lord of Travel, and so you might be able to do something with this to go to him.
Okay. He'll turn to Ilea. I might disappear if this works. Would you be able to make your way back to the ship by yourself?
Yeah, are you going to appear back at the ship, or?
Hopefully. And then from there he'll kind of like focus on the feather and just say, I need to speak with the Lord of the Fae.
And he's gone. Although you do see like a small banana on the ground where he was.
I'll pick up the banana.
Mm-hmm. Banana.
Banana unana.
So, Revion.
Yeah,
Oh, someone was going to say something?
nothing.
Rhiannon remembers the banana.
I do.
Mm-hmm. But, yes. Hey, Rebs, you're in that Fey-Wildy lake area again.
Alright. And do I see the Lord and Lady of the Fae or either of them?
Yeah, you see him, air quotes, sunbathing in moonlight.
But they're like in the middle of the lake? Do I
Yeah.
have to walk over to them?
Yep.
Okay.
You walk over, not a problem.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
have
I
you have an innate understanding of how Fey bullshit works now.
Right. And I remember having had to walk over the lake before anyway, that I have to believe that I can anyway.
Yep.
So
Also, she's not around, but there is a big ass purple moon in the sky.
Huh.
But yeah,
Okay.
he is like sun tanning. He like has or moon tanning. He has like a big metal sheet that he's like holding up, and he is wearing these dark glasses, similar to what I knew was wearing.
Question. Can I roll like what would it be if he's trying to recall something of how he should address the Lord of the Fae? Or-
Mr. Keen Mind doesn't have to recall shit because that fucking feet.
Well, hold on.
So-
I think it's
No, it's been more than a month, but you've literally seen him in the past 6 days.
okay.
So you take a knee, and you just announce your presence, and he will begin speaking with you. Although you know specifically that this one is a lot more casual than the other one, and you can just talk to him.
All right. Like I said, like you said, he'll take a knee, address his presence, and go, my lord.
We've had this talk. Robin, just Robin.
All right.
Just Robin.
Sorry, I'm still new to all this. Robin.
Yes.
I have some questions for you on some changes that my wife is dealing with.
The wolf
since
stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay, look. The way that, because you made the oath with my wife, he points at the big moon in the sky. So,
Right.
the way that her oaths work is one, they're more powerful than your average Fey oath, and it can get a little weird pretty quick. But also, because she is the Fey Lady of Love, because of your guys' love for each other, that also increases the potency of the deal. Which seems to be happening, because I've been keeping an eye on it, trying to make sure it's not too bad, is that she is getting aberrant Fey magic leaking into her body, which is more or less fulfilling her desires. As she wants to be a wolf, she's becoming a wolf. As she wants children, she's becoming more fertile. Oh, and just so you know, I double checked. You're going to be loving the next couple of days.
He'll kind of like, you know, that head motion when you kind of like do like a double take where, you know, you kind of twist your head a bit. He's given that kind of look to Robin. Okay.
So just like do that eyebrow wiggle.
Right. So, is it going to be dangerous when there is a full moon? Because one of my companions...
almost certainly. So here's the deal. If just make sure she maintains herself. If she loses herself to her primal bloodlust, she can be gone forever. But if she stays calm and is able to go through the first one's always the worst, she will be fine, if not better for it. Because this is not normal lycanthropy, it's weird, magical, Feywild bullshit.
So I'm assuming that since this is Feywild bullshit, that there's no real like certain course of action other than wing it.
And he'll laugh. He'll say, "Haha, wing it," and he'll like floof out his his wings.
That was unintentional, but yeah.
Also, apologies about the chewing. Andrea passed me a bagel, and it is delicious.
Ah, okay.
It's a mini bagel, so pardon me while I stuff my face for like half a second.
Oh no, food's important.
I mean, I had cooked food when the session started, and I waited until the first part was done before I started eating it.
Yeah, no, I'm middle of cooking right now, making chili for dinner.
Nice.
Jeffrey and I just had biscuits.
Yeah,
Nice.
just a snack, a little snacky snack to hold yourself over. Anyhow, anything else? Revs, you need something? Oh, be careful about your wanton desires for, whatever. Because, the Fey magic just might make it come true, and, if you're not careful, you become a horny werewolf.
Right. Right. I will be mindful of that.
In all my life, I never thought I would have seen a horny werewolf. God damn it, I lost a bet.
I'm kind of sad that normal werewolves don't get horny. What a life.
Well, I mean, they do, but voice in the sky. They do get horny, but it's like extra.
Right,
Like,
just wondering where he's
horny
answering this question
instead
from.
of bloodlust.
Oh, that makes sense. Given her. Yep. The moon.
Right, I think that answers everything I had at the moment. Do I get to keep the feather if I ever have to talk with you again?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Sweet. He'll pocket the
Also,
feather.
you have to have your friend open the banana when you want to go back. Because it's funny.
I didn't even know there was a banana. All right.
Yeah, just tell your wife to tell the wizard to open the banana.
Right. He will immediately try to tell his wife.
Yep.
And then realize she's asleep.
Yep. So Ilia, you arrive back on the boat. Revion's not with you. people are here. You are holding a banana.
Zartha was staying up waiting for them to show back up.
Is third child around?
She's sleeping below deck. Are you sure you want to see her though? You came back without her husband, and I'm pretty sure she gave you like death threats when you left.
Oh yeah,
About
no,
that
that's
very specific thing.
exactly. That's exactly. I don't want to see her right now.
Oh,
You
well,
hear
I gave her drugs,
stamp up the steps.
I will turn invisible.
Hey, where's the Ilia? I need to find a banana. Apparently.
Oh, well, she was around, dear.
No, like, okay, Rebs just told me that he got teleported to the Feywild, and I need to have Ilia open a banana to get him back.
Sounds about right for the Fae.
I hear giggling.
Not her.
Mm-hmm. You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm very sure about that. I will, after hearing that information, I will proceed to leave. Open the banana, chuck it a little bit away from me so it doesn't appear right on top of me, and hope to God I don't get spotted.
So, you guys see a banana suddenly get thrown on deck, and it's open, and you see like a little tiny Revion walk out of it and slowly grow to his normal size.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
For a short amount of time, you were shorter than Selene.
Yeah, I hope to not beat that record. Again, he's the only high elf I've ever met in my life that is now basically
Okay.
about the height of a gnome.
For real? Like, hey, I get it. It's funny. It is funny. Selene, we know several spellcasters who can cure you, right?
Yeah, but I'm also off meditating in my own quarters.
Oh, never mind. Anyhow,
So, how'd the trip to your house go?
Who are you asking that?
yeah, Ilia's not around.
Well, I know.
Yeah, so
Well, I don't know that because I saw her go invisible in front of me. I just assumed she stayed around.
yeah, so yeah, Rebs, how was the trip? And also, obviously, if a banana suddenly appeared out of nowhere, you brought him back safe and sound. You're not gonna die.
I'm gonna walk out of my room in my new outfit. Just act like nothing ever happened.
Right. So
Is it like a fancy outfit?
I posted it to the chat. It is kind of a little bit more of a casual, fancy outfit.
Very.
That is very fancy. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Especially to woman who wears homemade spun rags. Looks at it, looks up, looks down.
Right. So we made
That's
some
adorable.
discoveries. And from here, Revan will explain like everything that Robin told him about what's happening to third child.
Lycanthropy?
Yeah. So that's the reason you've always felt that you're a wolf.
Right.
Because you are.
Right.
So the aberrant fey magic is basically fulfilling that desire to change how you look to how you've always wanted to look, I think.
Cool. Here's the question of questions, though. Will I try to murder you all?
Yeah. Robin kind of specified that the next full moon would be dangerous for all of us.
Well,
Uh-oh.
do I know anything about lycanthropy, like normal vanilla lycanthropy, TJ?
Sure, roll me a nature check. Good, madame.
I have no bonus to this. Okay. 12.
Yeah, not too bad. So you've been around a long time, so you've probably heard.
Do I know like the usual like before the first full moon cast remove curse and you're usually okily dokily?
I would say no,
Okay.
but you do know that as long as a person is resisting the primal urge of like murder, destroy everything, they should be okay, except during the full moon, which is when they turn into like a ravenous beast, and then during non-full moon time, they can shape change at will. But
Understood.
if she gives in to her primal rage, she will become a changed woman and really just become nothing more than a monster wearing human skin.
And is this after the first full moon or every full moon?
This is after the first full moon, but the first full moon they say is the hardest.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then from there, also, she will be weak to silver during this whole period of time. So that's a thing. Here, I'll help you guys out. Let's see. I'm doing this at a -2. Hey, you can cast remove curse on her, right?
Oh yeah.
That work if this is dealing with Fey magic?
Don't
You
know.
know that's a good point considering it's a warlocky packy pack, but I can give it a shot.
I can also give it a shot tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're going to be on watch for us tonight.
That's a good point.
Well,
Alright.
if this is based off of her desire to become a wolf, like, would it work if her desire is greater than the spell?
Well, I mean, if all we have to worry about is the first night, I'm okay with keeping it if you guys are willing to help me.
It's not so much that I think we're against helping you. It's more like we're concerned if our help isn't enough.
Right. So, we could banish me to the Feywild for a night, and none of you guys can get hurt.
And that would still potentially allow us to lose you as you give in to your bloodlust and kill Fae.
Well, that's a
That
good
was
point.
also something Robin mentioned was if you ever lost yourself during the first night, you're just gone. And I don't want that to happen.
Okay, what if we get like the shiny metal silver, that's the word. Chain me to the basement in the ship.
No. Well, I mean, only if we get to be there to help constantly remind you who you are.
I
don't
why.
know what constitutes losing yourself. Like, is it only when you spill blood or whatever, or does it constitute when you are if you are literally driven out of your mind? Because if it's that one, we may not want to wrap you up in silver. That's going to be caustic to the touch for you.
Ooh, that's also a good point. I mean, we could do the remove curse thing. To be honest, I am minus the murdering you all. I am very okay with the lycanthropy.
Well, that's part of why the magic's working, isn't it? And there's nothing to say that if you really want it, that the magic isn't going to come back. Which is something we have to be concerned about as well.
Okay, Zartha, do it. You know what? I don't want to put you guys in danger.
Well.
Oh, I'm perfectly comfy with being your babysitter through midnight.
You're just such a murder slut. God damn it.
Hey, I don't want to die if it means that you die with me.
I'd rather both of you not die, please.
I agree.
I mean, it's inevitable for me. I'm old, but I understand your spirit.
We do have a couple days to decide.
Right. Maybe we should sleep on it.
Well,
figure out our course of action from there.
Since I was here, I was doing my own, examination of third child. I have the calm emotions spell. I can I will have limited uses of it, but I can make sure that when it gets the worst, I can literally cast that and
Ooh, so
bring
do
her
I.
back and bring her back from the edge. I
Alright.
also made drugs tonight. That seems to have helped.
I have drugs.
Wait, you
You
drugged
just
my
did
wife?
much.
It's called a tincture, and it's
Ah,
referred to as medicine, but yes, it's drugs.
well, that explains why it took her a bit to answer me. But
Oh
alright.
yes, she was knocked right out. It was very calming.
She does look a lot calmer.
Oh, alright. Well, is that all the business we had to go with then?
I suppose so.
Before we take our sleeps, probably.
Hey, can I
Alright.
pulls Revion away?
Ah,
So, everyone has a lovely evening. Except, hey, Celine,
Yes.
how you been?
Short, but okay.
Yeah. You know, when you meditate, what do you think about?
I'm mostly trying to find peace. Like, trying to deal with the things that I've done mentally.
Yeah. And the things you've seen and
Mhm.
the people you've lost. You know, as your meditation ends, you begin to smell sulfur in your room.
Oh, good lord, this can't be good.
Open your eyes, and hey, you're not in your room. You're in like a nice office.
Oh, what fresh hell is this?
Oh, well, exactly, Celine. Great deduction skills. I knew you could do it. Hey, look, it's that goat man.
Oh, hello.
How are you?
I've been better.
Yeah, I can imagine, you know, with the whole, like, dying wife, soul getting obliterated, getting stabbed, you know, also not having any control over your own destiny and soul.
Among other things, but yes.
Yeah, that was my B. Um, anyhow, I would like to kindly request that you and your friends stop poking your noses into my shit.
I mean, I can't really say what they're going to do, but I mean, obviously, I have no control over this situation. I can't, or yeah, I won't be poking my nose in it anymore.
Yeah. And so here's the thing. Celine. I don't want to make you murder them all in their sleep, but I might. Be careful. Goodbye. And then you wake up.
Fuck. So yeah, I guess I go out and talk to the party.
Hey, it's morning, everyone. Everyone had a great sleep. Wow, you know, Celine has been meditating for like twice as long as usual. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down and try to check on him. That's not normal.
Hey, he just walked out of his room.
Are you okay? Normally you're up before the rest of us.
Yeah, no, I'm really not okay. We need to talk.
And real quick, before we have this conversation, when he said he was really not okay, I had to fight the urge to say, trust me, I'm not okay.
Oh, good lord.
add another reference.
It's a My
Yep.
Chemical Romance song.
Ah, that's why I don't know the reference.
Lovely. I'm gonna scramble off to go gather whoever didn't just hear that.
Okay.
Oh, so, Cricket, you were the one who said you were going to go check on him, so it was only you. So you gather everyone.
Yep.
Everyone is in the kitchen or dining hall, whatever mess galley thing.
Revian looks very
Tired.
relaxed, but yeah, satisfied at the same time.
Man,
Yep.
and that's after the downers.
Everyone who had a room anywhere in the vicinity, by the way, heard everything.
Luckily, I'm old. I can sleep through anything.
You do notice that the orcs who are like eating breakfast, like, are all sitting far away from the two of them.
That bemuses me immensely.
So you do hear a stomp, stomp, stomp down the steps as you see a big orc. Shakes some blood off his axe, puts it away. Hey, I killed some cultists last night.
Fantastic.
Good job.
Yeah, there was about. And he, like, very slowly begins to count on his fingers. This many, and he holds up, like, 9 fingers.
Huh.
Good job.
Got most of them in the water. Got ate by sharks. Pretty good.
I'm glad the sharks got fed. Unfortunate that it had to be on such substandard fare.
Yeah, you're right. But yes, the whole party is gathered.
Alright, so, Asmodeus would like to request that we stop poking around in his business.
You gonna pay me?
I mean, kind of.
What?
What
Not
was he
not
gonna
you.
pay me?
Like, he threatened to have me murder all of you in your sleep.
How close is my bedroom to his?
Presumably kind of close because everyone's bedrooms are close to each other's.
Are we talking
Because
like
you guys are
right
all, like,
next to?
No, probably not right next to.
Who does bunk right next to him?
We'll say Cyrus because, haha.
Does Cyrus want to change who he sleeps next to?
Go ahead.
I mean, there's an extra bed in my room.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just so
I'm
it's
sure there
different
is,
for
huh?
everyone.
At Celine's comment, Miley will mutter out under her breath, be like, "Wouldn't be the first time."
Oh, there's a story there.
Do any of us hear that?
That's a good question.
Yeah, there's two people
What is
with
everyone's
animal
passive
ears.
perceptions?
My passive? Well,
15.
it depends. Would it? Oh, it's perception. That would be 13.
Hold on,
for me.
I can just look. Cricket, no.
17.
Cyrus, yes. Revion, no. Celine, yes. Third Child, yes. Zartha, yes.
Yeah,
And you see a couple people look over and look at you.
I'll actually say, what was that?
I'll raise my eyebrows. My interest is definitely piqued.
All I'm saying is just, like, things happen.
Oh, trust me, I understand that.
Yep.
Arthur will shrug. It's like, so he's hoping that not killing me, like the promise to not kill me, will get me to back off.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
He's really gotta case his targets better, I swear.
Above his pay grade. I mean the reverse. It's under his pay grade.
Terrible salesman.
Yeah, I know. I'm awful, aren't I?
Asmodeus
Oh.
is.
My opinion is that I think we all have a vested interest that to stop him, basically, because we
Yeah.
were the ones that kind of made it to where he was able to be free to begin with. And I know
Revyon, you're not sure that you could even accept him on that offer because your pact with the Fae would prevent you because he is a danger to the woods of the world.
Yeah. And also, since I am a guardian of the Fae of the Forests, I just can't allow him to remain in our realm at all. He's a danger to those forests. Third Child and I are obligated to stop him.
Very sleepy, tired nods from her.
Wait, I still have energy. Oh, she exhausted. Wait, I thought I would be the more exhausted one.
No.
Nah.
Alrighty
Well, you
then.
see, Steven, there's this thing called reverse cowgirl.
Let's not.
That's where he
Let's-
was leaving it.
Yeah, let's
That is
keep.
where I'm leaving it.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, Raven was just gonna say like we're pointing to him and Third Child. We're obligated to stop him. There is no way. He could even offer. He can make any sort of offer to stop that.
So does this mean that we should start tying you up when you sleep, Celine?
Hey, you know what? That means that we can both be tied in the basement 2 days from now. It'll be fun. We'll have like a slumber party, tell ghost stories.
Well, it wouldn't be
You'll
the
have
first
your
time I've been
grandma
chained in a
babysitting
basement.
you. Oh yeah, that's true. I'm sorry.
Oh, right, the sex thing. Why do people like that? I don't get it.
You don't get it right now.
Honey, we'll have to talk about some things later on. Anyway,
I get it that people are weird, but like I'm all about like the freedom and the wild and stuff. Why would someone want to wear chains for sex stuff?
I mean, if you want, I'm sure that Celine and I can give you like a very in-depth education about that. But that's for later. Probably not breakfast conversation material though.
That makes sense. Don't want to scare any more of the orcs.
I'm impressed that you were able to. Honestly.
Brevin will actually glance over at those orcs. Do they like have any sort of reaction?
They are not looking at her.
He'll chuckle and just turn back to the group.
Good for both of you, to be honest. But, so I think the consensus is Asmodeus can go fuck himself and we'll do whatever we have to in order to make sure that remains the case and with all of us being as healthy as possible.
Here.
Well, hey, I did my part. I passed along the message.
Yep, you did great.
We're gonna find a way to get you out of this too, man.
Just have that information already.
Murdering Asmodeus. Well, all the pacts, yeah.
Now
we just gotta actually
Then
get...
basically,
I would like
Celine,
Celine, because Celine has been thinking about his past and his trauma and his awful pain. Celine, make me a straight intelligence roll.
Oh, sorry. It was at 9.
So, let me do a GM roll from beyond the grave
veil.
to see if beyond the veil to see if you're smart enough. High or low, Larry?
Always high.
99.
Oh my
So, Larry, when they mentioned that about your horrible, awful, bad deal, know what you think about?
Nalea?
You think about Nalea and her deal, and how she gave up her soul and her life to save you, and they very specific wording of how Asmodeus's powers work is if the person who gives up if any part of the deal is broken either way, right?
Mhm.
Then the deal as a whole is broken. So say for example, if someone's deal with Asmodeus was to say keep Selene alive.
That's very sexy.
Well, I've been at least close to death before.
Mm-hmm. You can choose whether or not you have that realization right now.
Yeah, I will have that realization. Well, shit. I think I have to die.
You should probably die after we break Asmodeus's deal with you. That way your soul doesn't go to hell.
Yeah.
We need at least enough money to get enough stuff to revive you.
Well, also when your soul's owned by somebody else, sometimes you don't get to call the shots and whether you come back.
No.
Well, it's either that or we release the ancient demon.
Why not both?
So we have to release the ancient undead thing, then kill Selene, and that will bring back both Nalea and
It'll free
Yeah.
both Nalea and Selene.
I don't think if I can help with that because releasing the big scary undead thing is directly against the deal I made with my goddess.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, well,
so
what if?
then
Okay, hold
What
on.
if we
Hold on.
unleash it to kill it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. See, Sartha, me and you think alike,
Oh, certainly in many ways.
Maybe I can.
except the death horniness. That's a little much, Sartha.
I have my reasons.
You know.
It's like the reverse of that of Ainu, right? Because he was horny about killing people, and she's horny about dying.
You two really would have made a lovely couple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I mean,
oh
it's never
shit!
too late.
That reminds me, everyone. I saw Ainu earlier yesterday.
Oh, that does seem like very important information.
Right, yeah, it just got caught up on everything that happened.
We understand.
That was how I learned about the library to begin with, actually. He didn't know, I don't think he knew it was me, but that's a bit circumspect, because I was still invisible. But he was the one who told me, that the library had been taken over by a vampire, basically. But he wasn't as bloodthirsty as or crazy as we last saw him. Like, still crazy because he was in one of those stupid disguises.
Which one?
But
The old or the weird guy with the glasses?
yes.
Weird guy with the glasses?
Well,
So,
very
but the thing
rarely.
that I caught
Yes.
was he was humming a song that was very peculiar to me. Had to deal with someone who was basically sent into a spiraling madness. And the only way that he could, I guess, deal with it was separating himself into multiple personalities.
Yeah.
Each-
So
You mentioned that was written by Cricket's grandpa. Would she know that?
yeah, you would know that. That's like his biggest hit.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
it's like a really like happy sounding song, but then when you listen to the lyrics, you're like, oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
It's one of those.
I'd like to respond to his descriptions with a rendition of that, or at least a part of it. Kind of show, yeah, I'm tracking.
Well,
yeah, that's it.
Well, when it comes to mental illnesses and wounds, very rarely is how to say this. it's not a linear journey. Sometimes they'll surface, sometimes they don't. You know, it's
Right.
just because we got to see him at his worst doesn't mean he'll stay at his worst.
Here's the thing: is that I'm sort of getting a feeling that that's not going to be the last time we're going to be encountering him, or at least a different version of him.
Well, no, he's
Because-
utterly obsessed with you, so.
Yeah.
I wonder if
And
it's
also, all the contacts that I would have met were killed by him, so that's also a bit troublesome.
You were saying, Cricket?
I was pondering out loud if a or magic person like him managed to copy my grandfather's song.
So,
Uh,
your grandfather was a famous bard, and he is much older than that. So it was a popular song.
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering. I was just pondering how or why Ainu might have actually tried to live out the song. I mean, aside from its popularity, it couldn't have just been a pop culture reference.
Did it occur to you that maybe your grandfather wrote it about him?
Huh.
I don't know if any of us could see into the future.
Oh, Ainu's very old.
Maybe it's
And-
already happened.
Uh,
Maybe
didn't
my
he-
master
didn't
was
he
already
say-
split.
Didn't he indicate as much? I could have sworn he told us.
Yeah.
No,
he-
as I thought. No, I thought I had been maybe.
Also,
I was
didn't
always
you
under the
two speak
assumption
in
that I was
code?
dealing. What?
Also, don't you both always speak in code?
Thieves can't? Yeah.
Yeah. So couldn't it have been him warning you in code by singing a song about something that's happening to him?
No, see. My thought was that he had already been split even before I had met him.
Well, it could have happened again. You know, once you have shattered glass, it's just weaker.
Damn, that's a good line, honestly.
That is a good line. Cricket quotes 2020 too.
Well, how much would Zartha know about afflictions of the mind? This is something I really need to ask. Because what Ray knows and what Zartha knows may have a big disconnect.
So I need you to roll me several checks. Roll me medicine, roll me history, roll me arcana, back to back.
They're all poop.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Shit.
So I was too busy sailing,
You're-
keeping people safe from scurvy to know much about mental health issues.
So because our resident I'm a magic person is around, I will have her also roll the history and the arcana check.
Hey, Leah, thank you.
That's
So
much better.
very specifically, there is a artifact that has been known to do shit like this to people.
We got to watch him put it on the dragon, didn't we?
No. Actually. But so one, the orb, disco orb of funk, dragon orb of dragon kind, fucks at your mind by having it dominated. But there's another artifact that was thought to only be legend for a long time. It is called the Mask of Many Faces. And what it does, pardon? Someone say something.
Don't think so.
I heard a tone intonation, but not any words.
Yeah, me too. So anyhow, what the Mask of Many Faces does is it allows the user to one, steal people's identities, both literally and physically, and then store them in the mask. And then you can also split the mask into several different people. So perhaps that this Ainu, this Funk Master Jeff that you guys, that Revion had met in the crypts could be a split off person from this mask if he's in possession of such a thing.
Above board, that would also explain why he's able to be in so many places at once, it seems.
Indeed. And it also explained his horrible insanity as well, because the more people you have stolen in the mask, the harder it is to hold on to yourself.
I mean, I was willing to accept his insanity was probably just a super complicated case of, MDD due to the fact he's incredibly long-lived and seen some shit. He was a male growing up in the Underdark and Drow society. That's reason enough.
Here's the important thing, Rhiannon. Why not both?
Yep, why not both?
Yep, so Wizard Girl lets you guys know that. As she proceeds to walk into a icebox and pull out some ice cream.
Oh, that sounds really good, actually.
Yeah, he's staring at me as I eat Target's pumpkin cheesecake ice cream.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It's super good.
Oh, I believe you.
So, party, what is the plan?
The plan is to tell Asmodeus to go fuck himself and figure out a way to lock up third child and apparently Celine. Like, Celine every night now, I guess. And then third child in a few days.
We also still have that vampire at the library to deal with.
Well, the vampire at the library we may not have to deal with right away. I feel like...
Right,
I mean,
I'm
if
just
we
saying
want
that
to.
we shouldn't also not have it on the list of things to do.
I mean, we also don't know how powerful this vampire is. Do we think we can handle him?
Not at the moment.
If it is one of the vampire sanguinii, which you guys may be able to assume or not assume, depending, you guys could handle that. But say if it was a vampire lord, say like similar to a Stroggon Zarkovich or something, whatever that might be.
Definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not. But it would just depend on the power of the vampire.
Did Funkmaster Jeff say what if it was just a vampire, or if it was like a master vampire?
He said it. Revion, you would know he said a.
Said a vampire.
Okay. Well, assuming he was being as thorough as possible in the information that he discerned to you, then there's a decent chance we'd be able to handle it. It's
honestly,
also a
if
matter
it
of
was
priorities as well, because there is always a chance, especially if the library is more extensive than we think it is, and we're going to be chasing a vampire down into it, that we could get stuck resting there
During the full moon.
Yes.
And one thing I'd like to mention is that as insane as my master is, he never gave me any information that he knew I wouldn't be able to deal with myself. So he wouldn't have told me that.
Cares. So if he thought you couldn't handle it, he wouldn't have told you.
Right.
Hmm.
That's very wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
But as we know, he is obsessed with you, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's his dad. That makes sense.
So as long as we feel confident about pursuing this vampire, then, and I think that if we take the proper measures to make sure that we are out and safe before we rest, especially on the night of the full moon, then I think it's a relatively good idea to pursue this vampire in the library. I mean, what exactly did he say the vampire had dominated in order to rest there safely?
The librarians, the staff.
Basically, librarians and the staff. So I'm pretty sure it was everyone we spoke to.
So we'd have, if we wish to protect the librarians and the staff, we will need to be get in the area potentially legitimately to not tip them off, and also two, quietly and carefully as to not have to kill people who are not in control of themselves.
Right.
I mean, we could also go in with a lot of, during the course of a day, memorize or pray, and depending on the case, as many protection from evil spells as possible to give them a chance to break the domination over them before the vampire has a chance to reestablish it in the game.
What if we go in there and break all the windows, letting sunlight in?
Well, that would, one, be very bad for the books. But two, I imagine he's in the restricted section, and usually in many, many libraries, because I've been to many libraries as a religious woman through my centuries being alive, they are in areas without windows, specifically to protect the books, because the sun will bleach them out. So actually being in the protected section of the library is an incredibly intelligent place to be as a vampire.
Well, as far as I know, he's not in the restricted section. He's in the restricted section.
So he's even more
locked
in
up
a
tight.
protected area.
Seems like it. Also, why would they prevent people from reading things? Also, hey, you know, someone should teach me how to do scribbles and reading of said scribbles.
I'll teach you how to do scribbles.
That their child asking that?
I taught 32 grandchildren and 16 children.
I can write my name.
7 children, 32 grandchildren.
Here, pass me a thingy.
I'll hand her a thingy.
Yeah, and she'll like take out like a piece of leather and she'll write T-C. See, I can write my name.
That's funny.
Honey, those are your initials.
What's that?
It's
That's a shorthand of your name.
Yeah.
Oh. Damn it.
Okay.
You actually have a lot of different ways you can write your name. We can start going over some of them in the evenings before you start getting too high-strung.
That sounds fine. Hi, Leah.
Also, to answer your earlier question, why people are restricted from reading some books, it's because some books will hurt you when you read them. And I'm not talking emotionally, that's fine. I'm talking like melt your eyes, make you regret having a soul type pain.
Oh. Anyhow,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just also gonna say, yeah, my master always told me as well that there is just some knowledge that people should not come across. As in, there are people that are just don't have the responsibility to know something and deal with it very appropriately. He was a bit more vulgar in the explanation, but that was what I did.
Right, saying something about stabbing idiots who can't and don't know better.
Basically.
See, I'm getting a good sense of this guy. Anyhow, Ilea, because I just wanted to say sorry for threatening you. I am having a very difficult time controlling my emotions because of all, and she motions at her body. But I figured I should apologize, but also, if there is a way I can make it up to you, I would like to, because I also have a favor to ask.
I'll take a moment to ponder over and probably regret this decision. I don't know or not yet. I will accept your apology. What is it that you need?
And she'll kind of like look away and like blush a lot. Your what do they call it? Handwriting is really pretty. I wanted to learn from you.
Oh,
Look, like look how many like swirls and spins it has. It's really cute.
I guess we're bringing it up. I will note that my character likes to write in script more than anything else.
yep. So the whirls and spins make sense.
It reminds me of the forest and the vines on trees. It's nice.
Oh, did we want me to try the remove curse or no?
Go for it.
I think also Regan will also kind of want to join with his wife to like learn like this. Like he knows how to write and stuff like that.
He
But
knows how to write script or print and not script.
yeah, and that he like the way he would reason it outside of, you know, it being an activity to do with his wife, is that it could come in handy to be able to write in different styles. If he had to say, like, you know,
or to
trick
document
someone, or forge a document, trick someone to thinking that they got a letter from someone else, you know, things like that.
Yeah. So you got two little pupils, Ilia.
Well, remind me, because I wasn't here for last session fully. I believe I was with Cyrus at one point, helping him with magic.
Correct. Cyrus, do you recall what happened?
Yeah, I wanted to learn about like genocracy magic, to learn how to be a sorcerer.
And so she gave him a very rudimentary lesson on how to kind of like channel sorceress energy, because it's a little different than mage magic or warlock magic. It's actually kind of funnily similar to using ki. And so Cyrus was able to figure it out relatively quickly.
Well, since we already have two people learning, if you want, we can incorporate some level of magic into it. I'm sure it would help your endeavors as well with concealing your script.
Fun. Okay, so Zartha casts Remove Curse.
Yep. I
Okay,
managed.
Zartha, how does this look?
It'll look like a casting times one action. So it'll kind of look like I'll take her hand and I will tell her to lean back and rest her weight on me a bit. So she's kind of leaning back, and as she leans back, it looks like she's leaning on a forge.
And you're gonna hammer her.
This ghostly hammer this spectral hammer will raise above her and hammer down on her like it's getting the imperfections out.
Revion, how do you feel about Zartha hammering your wife?
He doesn't take it as a sexual nature because he knows it's Zartha, and she would not.
I'm also literally a forge cleric. This is my gimmick.
Yeah, he's not gonna feel any weird way about it.
I know.
You're phrasing, TJ.
It was fucking great, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
She'll
So
look like
you'll
a
see
red hot metal for a second. Like she is made out of metal as the energy flows
so
through her, though.
so once the heat kind of dies away, immediately you will all notice that the ears are gone, and so is the tail.
Good.
And she gets up, shakes her head, and the hair is back a little bit more to her normal quality. And while she's shaking her head, you see that she has normal human ears again. And she'll get up, look at her butt. Ah, damn it.
I'm sure if you wish for it hard enough, dear, it will come back. But
yeah,
hopefully
but I
we'll
don't
get
want to
us
wish
through
for
this.
it as like a horrible monster that eats my husband. I mean, maybe I could be a horrible monster that eats my husband, but not a horrible monster that eats my husband.
I pat
Revan
her
will
on
give
the
her a
wrist.
look that, and he'll actually wiggle his eyebrows at her in the same way both Robin and I knew have done in the past.
God damn it!
He's learning.
He is learning.
He never said he wasn't a fast learner.
I'll pat a third child on the wrist and I'll say, well, there's plenty of time for you to learn how to do that in your married life. Now, if the tail and the ears come back, we can take care of it, though, which is fantastic news. And if there is such a time when we feel like we're better equipped to handle your first full moon and you make that choice for yourself now that you are fully informed, then, perhaps we can tackle that in the future when all of us are ready and we're in a safe place to do that. Because, again, bodily autonomy matters, and that includes any changes you wish to undertake for yourself. No, I will support you, and I will be there for you when we are ready to undertake those changes. Okay?
It's weird. You're like younger than my mom, but you're like my grandma.
Well, does your mother have any grandchildren?
We have not found wolves from other tribes, so
Then
not
I can
yet.
Then I can safely say it is because I have been a grandmother to several grandchildren, and that is probably the difference between us. That is a very distinct, different experience. Similar, but different.
Wonder how mom will feel about that. Oh well, mom will have to find out later.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can do this for you, so we're going to have to figure out a way to help you at night. But at least that's one problem averted for at least the next few days.
I can. I'm good at tying a rope. You don't mind me tying you up, Celine, right?
I guess not.
Cool.
You tie somebody up long term. I suppose I could handle that. I can come and check on him every few hours, make sure circulation's fine.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I've knocked out like deer and boar before. I know how to not do it too bad. What we could do is we could do it in a way where we can like wear him like a backpack.
Oh no, I meant purely worrying about the circulation and potential limb loss, things like that. But again, I'll be able to check on him. I'll be able to use some magic to make sure that isn't a problem. Keep him comfortable. But yes, so well, that's at least one off of our list. We still have to take care of the vampire, so then we won't have to worry about it until night. Am I forgetting a problem?
Order of operations, library vampire, guy in the temple of awful things, then Asmodeus.
Yes.
Oh wait, then save Rev's dad, and then Asmodeus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
I agree with that.
Correct. And I'll be making us money along the way. I'm very excited.
Wow. Wow, it actually feels nice to like know what we're up to. Before we were kind of just flying by the seat of our pants for a little bit.
That is usually how life goes. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of flying by the seat of our pants as we go along.
Yeah, knowing what will come and going there is going to be very different experiences.
Okay. So, we are going to call it there. There is not much else to do in that, and I don't want to keep you all up all night as much as I would like to.
Yeah. And besides, the next thing we're doing is like figuring out how to do combat with the vampire in its lair, which is never what you want to do.
So yeah, I'll have to plan that encounter out. Not that I totally did already and had a combat and everything all set up.
Definitely not.
We
Definitely
just
not.
have to make the wise decision and not go busting through the front door at the first opportunity. I know, bizarre for adventuring parties, but sometimes they do it. Sometimes we make those wisdom checks in real life.
You're right. Well, did anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything?
Nope.
Nope.
I think we good.
Okay. Well, as always, it is my severe and serene pleasure helping and DMing for all of you, and I love you all dearly.
We love
Good
you.
night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. You take care.
Bye.
Don't get stabbed to death by Bodax.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.